So do you want to write those down?
Yeah, sure. And sometimes it's easier to drive home to Bemidji because I've driven it pretty often, and it seems like trips that I've made more often seem a little bit easier than trying to find a new place or a place I've only been to a couple of times.
Okay.
And so sometimes that makes me more anxious, and then it kind of goes back to the getting lost thing. I don't want to get lost, and then I need directions that I have to go print out. And
okay. So does your car, does it have a GPS in it?
No, but my phone does.
Your phone does? Okay, perfect. And what relaxes you? Listening to, classical music, or...
Sometimes when I'm driving, I'll try to turn on the radio to distract me from everything, but then if traffic gets really heavy or something like that, then I have to turn the music down because I'm trying to concentrate, and I'm all my concentrating is going into driving.
Okay.
At that point.
Let's see. So what we could also do throughout these sessions is try to find a new place to go to. Maybe somewhere you're interested in St. Cloud. So maybe you want to try a restaurant out, a new restaurant out. So you could pick one of those places, and then, you could print off those directions. And, maybe, does it make you nervous when you drive with a person, or more nervous when you're alone?
It makes me more nervous when I'm alone, because I can usually ask them about the directions, and then if I'm alone, I'll second guess myself or think I missed a turn when it hasn't even come yet.
Okay.
So it's usually a little bit worse when I'm alone.
So you could, maybe start off going to dinner with a friend, and then you could print out the directions, and you could ask your friend to read the directions to you, and that will help. And, maybe play some music to calm you down. Okay. And then after, you've gone through that step and you feel like, okay, this is becoming relatively easy, maybe you want to take a trip, just to grab some lunch by yourself, or, to go visit someone, and you could try doing the directions off yourself, or your GPS, is it voice? Okay, perfect. So you could listen to the voice. And if you get nervous, then, just turn down the radio and, just redirect yourself, pull over, and then try again. Okay? So all these negative thoughts that you have, of okay, I'm going to get lost, it's okay because you have your GPS, right?
Yeah.
And your GPS has Wi-Fi, so just make sure it's always charged when you're leaving.
Yeah.
And then so you know that you have that. And maybe having a backup method of the regular map that could also help, so that way you know that you won't be able to get lost because you always have that to redirect you home. Okay?
Yeah.
Is there anything else with getting lost that worries you?
I'm not really sure what it is about getting lost, but I just get really nervous about missing turns and trying to find my way places, and I think part of it might be I'm just really bad at directions. I always have been. I'm just kind of notoriously bad at them and finding places, and I think part of that, it's kind of embarrassing sometimes because it's I want to know where I'm going and what I'm doing, but it's hard for me to remember. Even if I've been to a place before, I still need directions there sometimes because I can't remember all the turns. And so I think part of it is just I want to do it myself, but sometimes I can't always do it.
Yeah, and that's perfectly fine. So, you have your phone, and so that will be, kind of essential, I think, to, everyone who drives, right? And so just don't worry too much about it, and at first you'll be with your friends, and we're just going to take it slow at first. So you're going to be alone. Whenever you go to St. Cloud, you go to places that you know, and then if you're going somewhere that you don't know, try to bring a friend along so then they could calm you down, okay? And whenever you have these thoughts, I want you to remember that, think about realistically if it's going to happen or not. So, if you need to take a look at your 2 columns and say, okay, you know what? I have been driving for 5 years. I know how to get on the freeway. I've been close to cars all my life. It's not going to happen,
Yeah.